What's going on, YouTube? It's James with Shyhammer Fantasy Battle Report. Got another battle report for you today. It's the Michigan GT 2019 round number 4. Guys, what is going on? I got this game against Tim McCowan. If you guys haven't caught on, game 1, I had a small win against Charles Sadler from Evershade Gaming. Game 2 and 3, I got my ass kicked. Out of 2 games, game 2 and 3, I ended up getting only 5 points total out of both of those. And it was just crushing defeat after crushing defeat. So going into day 2, I was so, not demoralized, but I'm at the bottom table. And I really know that I shouldn't be here. I know I should not be at the bottom table. But good news is I'm playing Tim McCowan. And Tim McCowan is a great artist. He has ever since I met him at Ocon in 2000, I want to say 15. So it's been 4 years that I've met Tim, and ever since then he has been on my ass for best paint awards because he's just really good painter. He's just extremely good painter, and he has a tattoo company, Aardvark Tattoos in Michigan. Just plugging them in there. Yeah, anyways, it's going to be a fun game. So first off, I don't have his list because he never submitted a list to Michigan GT. I think he said that he just created the list like the day before the tournament. So that's going to be what you're seeing here. So I don't have all the names. I don't have all the abilities. I don't have all the marks. I don't have all the equipment. I don't remember and I don't know. Sorry, it happens. Anyways, let's go over what I have. Let's go over what he has, and let's start off with King Koopa. King Koopa is my Goblin King, Force Goblin King on the goddamn spider. On the Chicken Rock, Space Rock, Coast to Coast, Space Rock, Coast to Coast. For those of you who asked last time, what is the story of why he's called Space Rock, Coast to Coast? I am not going to look for the picture, but basically there was a game I played against Len where I ran, I chased his Saurus Warrior, not the Saurus Warriors, the Croxagores, whatever they're called, the Caimans, off the table. When I chased the Caimans off the table with the spider ran off the table, and the table right next to the table I was playing on had a Star Wars theme map, so basically it was in space. So basically the Space Rock at that time was just called the Chicken Rock. The Chicken Rock ran off the map, went into space, came back, and ever since then has been the Space Rock. Anyways, guys, I know it really doesn't matter, but at the same time, I'm on the bottom table, so I can tell whatever the fucking story. I'm the narrator. I can tell whatever the fucking story I want to feel like telling. Anyways, alright, so we got over here, I got my 20 Force Goblins, the BGKs. They got Baxter and Bazooka in the unit. You guys should know what they have by now. I got the Cave Trolls, 6 of them. I love these freaking fluffy bastards here. And then I got my Dread's Iron Legion. Dread's Iron Legion is 23 Iron Orcs with Mykonox Totem and Warboss Dread Iron Tooth. Over here I got my K-Pack and I got my 5 dogs. I also have a unit of Feral Orc Ed Bashers with paired weapons, and let's go over what he has. Now on the left he has a unit of warriors. They're like 20-ish warriors. These guys are, both units are Sloth or Gluttony, whatever, Gluttony. So basically they are -1 to wound, or actually I think it's just 1 more toughness. So they're both tough bastards. Now on the left unit, you can see he has a guy sitting down on a palanquin. That's his sorcerer. His sorcerer I think is on a war dais, but his sorcerer is also a I want to say it was occultism. I want to say it's an occultism sorcerer. Anyways, that unit is rocking paired weapons. The unit on the right is his general's bunker. His general's the giant bloatfly guy. He's also on a war dais. This guy is pretty beefy, beastly. I want to say he has the burning potent, and he has a bunch of other shit in that unit. Over on the in this picture here on the right, that's a unit of 6 of those. I want to say they're called Forsworn. The Forsworn. These are the ones that turn into demons if you kill them. On the left, that's a giant unit of barbarians. Now he has 2 giants. The giants are the ones with the giant models with the like sloth bodies. Then he has 1 chimera. The chimera is obvious in this picture, I would say. And then he has over on the far right here. He didn't want it in the pictures because he hasn't painted it yet. But this is his Helma. He's pretty new to the Helma. I'll put it to you that way. So you're going to see that in the battle report. But as you can see, we deployed. I forgot what deployment it is. It might just be classic. It just might be classic. If it's not classic, it's from left to right stuff. Anyways, it's classic. I want to say I dropped everything and I took first turn, so let's go over that really quick. As you can see here, let me get this text out of the way because the text is in my face. I can't. All right. On the left, I put Koopa on the left. I kind of did the same deployment each time, but I was kind of fond of it, but at the same time, not so fond of it. But basically, it keeps my leadership in range. It keeps the trolls in range of the BSB and the general. It keeps the K-Pack inside the general's leadership in case somebody kills them, kills one of them. Koopa's the only one that's out on his own. The Savages and the Black Orcs are kind of protecting each other. So that's basically why I do what I do. On his end, and I want to say he started deploying, and I kind of saw where he was going, but he put the Giant and the Chimera on the left to counteract with Koopa. The thing is, the BGKs are really, that's their target. That's their target. The Giant's butt naked. The Chimera's butt naked. I think it has a 4-up armor, but still, that's not that many wounds. 4 wounds. And only T5. I think I could get through with a bunch of pyromancy and bow shots. The trolls, I didn't care where the trolls really went. I was actually hoping the trolls would have got into the warriors. We're going to see where they go, though, because it's not the warriors. And then we're playing secure target. So we have both targets out right now. I remember what it was. It was Dawn Assault. That's what it was. We couldn't use the corners. I was planning on, when we did secure target, I was planning on doing my trick from ETC in Croatia, not Serbia, where I put the target inside my side of the table within 12 of the deployment. The thing is, he dropped his first in a very clever spot where I wasn't able to do that. He put his on the left side, and that makes that corner for me impossible to get to. And if I put it in his corner, that's retarded because he's just basically going to just walk onto it. Anyways, let's go to turn 1. Orcs and Goblins. Orcs and Goblins, turn 1. This text is really bothering me. You're not seeing the text. I have the text here because I saved it from the other game. I moved the K-Pack up on the right. I moved Savages up on the right. Moved the Black Orcs up just a little bit. I put the Black Orcs right next to my dogs, and my dogs are ready to get in the way of the warriors. He doesn't have any shooting, and he has a couple magic missiles, but it's all the way on the left side. So the dogs are actually, if you really clutch in this fight, the dogs get in the way as long as I keep them in the right spot. The trolls move up a little bit more aggressively because they're not so scared, but it also puts them in a situation where if he moves up any, the trolls are about to charge whatever they want. BGKs are going to go ahead and hunt the Giant and the Chimera, like I said, and Koopa just doesn't care. Koopa is just kind of moving on up, looking at everything. To be honest, everything on the left side is prime suspects for Koopa. I could fight the Giant, I could fight the Chimera, I could fight them probably both together, to be honest. And I could fight the Warrior block. The thing is, I probably can't take all 3 of them together. But we'll see how that goes. Magic! Got a 1 on the flux. Go ahead and I do a fireball. Ends up doing a single wound to the Giant. Since I rolled a 1 on the flux, I really didn't have many dice to work with, so that's basically what I got off. Over here, Koopa shoots with his bow. I paid fucking 3 points for this stupid bow, or 5 points for this fucking bow. It hits on a 3+ and never fucking hits. I swear to God, it never fucking hits. And it has poison, okay? But the rest of the Howdah crew shoots in and actually does another wound onto the Giant, which is just fucking hilarious to me. And we're going to go to turn number 1. Warriors of the Dark Gods. Warriors of the Dark Gods, turn 1. As you can see, his Giant and his Chimera actually move up. They're not really scared of Koopa, which, okay. Everything kind of shifts forward, and like you can see it in this picture here, but not much has happened in movement. Magic, he got a 4 on the flux, goes ahead and he does 1 magic missile. I want to say it's the strength 5 one, Grave Calls. Into no, it was the breath weapon. He did the breath weapon into Koopa, ends up doing 1 wound. But that was it. It's going to start off Orcs and Goblins turn number 2. Orcs and Goblins turn number 2. I'm going to give you guys a 3-second warning on a 3, 2, 1. Wog! Woggin! Now, I'm charging the K-Pack into the Giant on the right side. The giant on the right side is definitely my target here, okay? Now, I contemplated going into the freaking guys on the right. The problem is that they're going to pop out those demons. It's going to be an issue. If I don't get them to the demons, they have a 2-up armor. Probably maximum is going to kill about two bodies. I'm not going to kill enough, and they're eventually just going to grind me out after the first round. So it's so-so. So I ended up going for the giant. Giant, I need like a 9 on the dice. Okay, it's a little risky. By the way, the big red center thing in the middle, that's his Hellmaw's portal right there. All right, he has a bunch of them that he's going to keep popping out. The trolls, on the other hand, the trolls, even though they have good targets with the warriors and targets with whatever else, I actually saw the flank of the giant on the left side, and I'm like, you know, that's not that bad. If I can get into the giant and the flank on the left side, I could overrun into the sorcerer's unit, and I'll probably fuck up the sorcerer's unit on the left side, and then I don't care what the trolls do after that. That would be a pretty good thing to do. I wanted to double charge with Koopa, but I didn't. I held Koopa back because I said, you know what if the trolls fail? Trolls needed like a 6, they rolled a 5. They failed. Not shitting you. I am not shitting you. K-Pack needed a 9, I rolled an 8. So I failed both charges. Basically a wasted wog. Alright? So I used the dogs to block his warriors and his giant from countercharging the troll's flank. And also just kind of putting him in a bad spot. I marched Koopa up in front of his sorcerer's unit, but I'm out of the sight of his giant and his chimera. Alright? And then basically my savages are right there. I'm going to have to flee with the K-Pack. I understand that right now. I understand that 100%. I'm going to have to flee with the K-Pack. Okay? So, the BGKs had to actually retreat back away from Koopa to keep magic missiles coming on those two monsters and let Koopa do his thing. And the green guard are basically going to do the same thing. Alright. Turn magic 2, sorry. 2 on the flux. Go ahead and I do a flaming sword bubble onto the BGKs and the green guard. I'm gonna go ahead and shoot them. He stopped the other one, the pyroflow. I shoot everything I have here into the giant, and I end up fucking rocking that giant. I ended up doing 5 more wounds, killing the giant outright. I think I did a wound to the chimera, but I don't remember. But that's all I really got. Turn 2. Warriors of the Dark Gods. Warriors of the Dark Gods turn 2. He's going to charge into the dogs. I have to flee. Or the chariots. I have to flee. I understand that. I understood that a long time ago. As you can see, he popped another portal up. He's going to redirect into the savages. I don't think he makes it into the savages, though. No. He doesn't redirect. He actually wanted to continue chasing the dogs because he didn't want to go into the savages. He charges his sorcerers, warriors into Koopa, which that's about to happen. And he's going to charge the barbarians into the trolls, but it's a front charge, which I kind of already know how this is going to go based on last game. The giant brick of barbarians fighting the trolls in the same exact scenario, almost in the same spot of the table too. So basically that's how it looks. He doesn't charge the dogs, which I found odd. I did put the dogs exactly 12 inches away from my general, so he can't terror check me with the giant. But he didn't even try. He was just like, fuck it. He's like, I'm just going to go ahead and walk around your dogs. So that happens. Okay. As you can see, that's how the table looks. Chimera came to back up his warriors in case of we stick for a turn. And as you can see, he did get into the trolls, and he just backed up his other warriors from where he was. That's about it. Now, why don't I have a picture of the combat? I know what happened. No. Magic. He got a 7 on the flux, goes ahead, and he starts popping his portals. He pops his fucking portal. I didn't even know they could do this. Right there. Ends up hitting both the savages and the black orcs. Ends up killing off one of each. That's not that bad. Alright, over here, close combat. I challenge. I said, fuck it. I'm going to just challenge this bastard. Because that way his sorcerer, he took the Breath of Corruption, and he took something else on his magic phase, right? So I'm like, alright, I'm going to challenge anyway, so that way either A, he's not going to get the breath weapon to be used, or I'm going to kill this guy if he does. He accepts. So he accepts. This fat bastard's at a 2+ armor, and I rip right through him. I do 1 wound with Koopa, and Peggy. The Space Rock ends up doing the last 2 wounds, kills him outright. He did 2 wounds to me, at the same time. All right, so he has 2 wounds, a charge, a banner, and 2 ranks for 6 combat res. I have 3. So I lose by 3. But you know what? Koopa's stubborn. And after this, all Koopa has to do is grind some fucking warriors. This is going to be easy, right? Not if I fucking fail it. God damn it, Koopa. The whole fucking weekend. This fat bastard's just running away from everything. This fat bastard didn't want to do shit. Didn't want to do shit, that fat fucking bastard. What the fuck, Koopa? At least, he killed the sorcerer. Alright? At least he took out magic out of the equation. For the record, the video I'm making right now is probably longer than the game was, because the game, we finished it fast. Once you realize that shooting's out of the equation and magic's out of the equation, this game we finished with like an hour left over. We got lunch. I took a shit for like 20 minutes and didn't have to rush it because I didn't have to come back. Put all my models back together, had a nice conversation with the guy. We finished this game so much faster than any other game that went on, because there's so many phases missing. This is one of them. Magic phase is gone. Koopa's dead. Alright, over here. He connected the charge here. And as you can see in the ruins, on the left, one guy died in the ruins. I made the joke when this happened. That one guy's going to be steadfast. Watch. Now, he charges in, and he fucking does like a single wound onto the trolls. A single fucking wound. My trolls go back, and I kill like 10 of his guys. I'm like, well, I win. I got 10 wounds. I got a fear. You did nothing. You have a charge, 2 ranks, and a banner. And he goes, 1 rank. And I look, and I was like, holy shit. Bum, bum, bum. I was like, what the fuck? He's like, son of a bitch, I guess I'm running. And I'm like, trolls, stay back. Don't run, trolls. Don't do it. Don't do it. But the trolls, I think they actually chase and catch him. And I end up out of my general's leadership again. It's going to start off turn number 3, Orcs and Goblins. Orcs and Goblins, turn number 3. Trolls fail their, I think they failed their stupidity check on they got a 5 out of a 4. So they're going to stumble forward. And they had a beautiful fucking charge into the flank of his warriors here that were fighting Koopa. They caught Koopa, by the way. As you can see in this picture actually shows you perfectly. Trolls were in the flank of those warriors, failed the fucking leadership check, they stumbled forward. Okay, over on the right side, kept my dogs in front of his giant, tried to stretch him out to see if I could get the warrior, if I could triple chaff with 1 unit, right? But it just didn't happen. The K-Pack rallied on their own. Alright, so the savages, I don't charge. I'm just kind of holding the objective. I'm a little bit worried about the objective on the left side, so I'm afraid that he could just contest the objective. I'm just going to try to shoot him apart enough to the point where his warriors feel the need to charge it to the trolls, and trolls beat him, and that way I don't have to worry about it. So basically, Black Orcs are just sitting on the objective. Savages are just kind of sitting back waiting to see what happens if his Forsworn go into me. Anyways. Magic. I got a 7 on the flux. Go ahead and I do Oaken Throne onto my general, and I do the regen, and it goes off, and basically I get my freaking Black Orc back. Or I think I healed the troll, actually. I think I healed the troll. Anyways, over here, the BGKs are going to start shooting into his freaking guys. End up killing off only 2 guys here. And that's it for my turn. It's going to start off Warriors of the Dark Eyes, turn 3. Warriors of the Dark Eyes, turn 3. He charges his Forsworn into the Savages, charges the Giant into the Dogs. He charges these guys into the Trolls. That's perfect. That's great. Okay, awesome. Go in. So he's going to get in with, I think, everything. These guys end up losing 3 in the Ruins, which these Ruins are the fucking MVP, I swear to God. And then, yeah, that's how it looks. There's no magic. We're going to go straight into close combat. Close combat over here. Swings away. He ends up only doing 1 wound out to the Trolls. Trolls go back, and the Trolls end up... Oh, no. He did 4 wounds. 4 wounds into the Trolls, but the Trolls go back, and the Trolls end up wiping out like 8 guys. So I win combat. He sticks on a low leadership roll, and I end up just putting my Trolls wider so I can have more stomp attacks in the next turn, in the following turn. Over here, his giant whiffs. His giant only killed 2 fucking dogs. I actually tried to do my dog's attacks back to get a couple wounds onto his giant, but that failed. And the dogs just run. He does chase, because if he chases, he's just gonna get himself closer to the Black Orcs, which he's trying to avoid. But the Black Orcs, all I'm hoping for is my Savages hold against the Forsworn. If my Savages hold against the Forsworn, I'll be steadfast on my General's leadership, and I got a flank charge, and I'll fuck them up, right? Over here, close combat. Now, the Savages, he ends up killing... I'm not going to give you the next picture, but the next picture, it looks like he killed... that would be 7, 8, 9, 10, 11... Let's see. 3, 4, 5... 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, about 10 Savages. My Savages go back, and they end up actually killing off, I think the unit. I think I win combat by a lot. I ended up killing off, I want to say, 4 or 5 of them. Then I had ranks and banners and all that. So he dies, the unit pops, but he doesn't. I don't kill every single one of them. He respawns with 2 of these guys that are demons. That's okay, though. That's okay. I reformed into a smaller unit because there's no point of going wide. I should probably try to keep ranks as many as I can for as long as I can. I'm going to start off turn number 4. Turn number 4, Orcs and Goblins. Basically now, his Chimera started to retreat, his Hellmaw is starting to retreat, and his Warriors are starting to retreat. He realizes it's a endgame scenario where he can't get the objective. I don't know if I charged the Black Orcs into his Giant. I might not have. But my dogs rallied on the bottom left corner, or in the bottom middle, as you can see. I started moving the Green Guard up because I'm not scared that the Trolls... I know the Trolls are actually going to kill his Warriors. So the Green Guard is just going to grab that objective. Worst case scenario, I just hold the objective. But basically, at the point... That's why I didn't charge. That's exactly why I didn't charge. I had to reform to put my General closer to the Trolls to keep Troll leadership. And I moved Bazooka closer so I could have the Trolls in the BSB leadership range. Magic got a 6 on the flux. Go ahead and I do a Scorching Salvo. End up doing another wound out to the Chimera. Chimera only has 1 wound left. Go ahead end up doing a wound out to this big bastard, his Hellmaw. And then what is this? What's this? It looks like I did 1 wound out to his Warriors with the Scorching Salvo. Over here, close combat. Man, he might have killed 1 Troll, but these last 6 of his Warriors are just dead. They're just fucking... Yeah, 1 wound, or 3 wounds to my Trolls. Trolls just wipe them out. That was just nasty. I'm going to turn the Trolls around for either a counter charge, probably to deal with everything. Right where I put him, I was a little scared. I was a little skeptical. What if he combo charges, kills him, and overruns it to my BSB's unit? That's not going to happen. I'll put it to you that way. Turn 4, Warriors of Dark Odds. Warriors of Dark Odds, turn 4. This fight over here, I ended up killing the last 2. Now it's going to start off turn 4. Turn 4. He ends up just saying, fuck it. He's going to charge the Giant into the Savages, hoping that he thinned me out with his other unit. So he charges the Giant in. He charges the Warriors into the Trolls. He fails the charge on the Warriors on the Trolls. The Giant goes in by itself. Giant's going to die by itself. It does die by itself. He ends up killing off a couple more of my guys. Probably another rank of them. So I'm down to 18 guys or so, or less, 15. Alright. Turn 5. Orcs and Goblins. Orcs and Goblins, turn 5. Right now, I move the dogs back in front of his Warriors. And guys, there goes the Shy Ambulance. The dogs came back to haunt his Warriors. Put the dogs right in front of his Warriors. I turned the Trolls around. I turned the Black Orcs, basically. Black Orcs is just holding the scenario. Turned the Savages in. Basically, he has nowhere to go. Make sure his War Dice guy can't charge out. Not that it mattered. It does matter to the Trolls. I think he has the Burning Potent, and the Trolls just die to this guy. But, yeah, basically at this point, I have him surrounded, and I just move the dogs up. He's just like, why don't you just go in? Why don't you just go in? I'm not ready to go in because I'm not that simple. I'm going to shoot the shit out of him. Magic. Got an 8 on the flux. Go ahead and I do a Fireball. Ends up killing the fucking Hellmaw. Okay. And then everything else kind of just bounced off the guy's armor. Turn 5 or 6, I don't know what turn it is. The number's right. The clock could be wrong. He charges it to the dogs. He's going to kill the dogs. He overruns. He doesn't get too far to get in front of my black orcs. And his Hellmaw is still alive, it looks like, actually. Turn 6, Orcs and Goblins. Basically, he put himself in a situation where he chaffed my savages with his Chimera. He overran with his warriors, and now it's going to be the trolls and my black orcs going into the warriors by themselves. Savage is going to finish off that Chimera, and basically that's how it looks. Over here, I'm going to grab onto the objective. I'm going to shoot everything I got into the Hellmaw, kill the Hellmaw, and then over here, let's just do this combat over here. Savages kill the Chimera easily. And he challenges with his burning potent, but I think I challenged him, to be honest. I want to say that's what happened. Either he challenged me or I challenged him, but I turned off the burning potent anyways with Mikinox Totem. So we're going to go into a fight. My general takes the fight, and my general, I think we just whiff. I think I might have done a wound and he saved, and he might have done a wound and I took it. But regardless, we whiffed. And then over here, close combat. There's no after picture. I'll put it to you that way. I did put regen up on my on my black orcs. I totally put regen on my black orcs. I think when I put it up, you could see it on the card. When I put it up, I was just like, oh, this is bad. He had to stop that or flaming swords or what was the other one? I forgot what the other one was. And I was just like, I'm like, Oaken Throne. Like, it's not, I mean, if I put up Oaken Throne with the regen, it's worse for him. You know what I mean? It would be a 4-up, but now it's going to be a 5-up. I don't really care. I think this is hilarious. So I have a 4-up regen on the left and a 5-up regen with 3-up armor on the right. He ends up doing, I want to say, like 3 or 4 wounds total. I pretty much wipe out the unit. I think I left one guy left. He runs and I chase and I catch the unit, and that's the end of the game, guys. I took out his general's bunker. It was a pretty big win for the Orcs and Goblins. It was a really fucking big win. It was a 20-0 from the bottom tables. It's going to catapult me into the middle tables. It was just a nice day 2 start, because day 1 it was just day 1 was just so ugly. Like I said earlier in the video, my MVP is going to those ruins. Those fucking ruins. Oh my god, that was just ugly. I love this picture, actually. As for points, let me see. Now I can look for that fucking text, that wall of text. Let's see. For points. Alright, so Dread's Iron Legionette again took, is this updated? I don't know if this is updated. No, this is definitely not updated. Alright. Come on. There we go. There's the updated one. Whoa! Dread's Iron Legion ended up taking 1,300 points this game. Holy shit, 1,329. Baxter Pyromaniac only took 503, which is actually pretty impressive. The BGKs took 461, which is actually pretty decent. The Foot Clan took 940. Koopa took 577 out of that sorcerer, that's decent. It's not horrible. The big one, the real MVP, is those Cave Trolls. Cave Trolls took 2,000 points this game, and it makes them jump right up to first place on most points earned this tournament. Cave Pack took 0 points. They ran away like little bitches, and the Green Guard ended up shooting off 461 points. Part of that is shared with the BGK, so they have the same shooting points, because there's just no way to accurately tell which one shot what wound where. So they both kind of equally get distributed. Guys, thank you for sticking around with me. I enjoyed making these videos, but if you guys enjoyed listening to them, you can always show your support by going out to my Patreon. I'm going to leave the link down below. Yeah. If you guys would like it, and if you don't want to do this whole subscription thing on Patreon, you can always just send me something on PayPal. That would also be appreciated. All that money really goes to helping me get to these other tournaments. Just paid for my plane ticket to go to San Francisco for the Pacific Rim GT team tournament, and then I also have to worry about getting to Masters, and I also have to worry about getting to Luxembourg next year for ETC. Anyways, guys, hope you guys enjoyed that. I enjoyed making it. Gave you the MVP, gave you the like, share, subscribe, gave you the Patreon. Game 5 is a really good game. I'm looking forward to Game 5 for one simple reason, it's because it's against Mr. Andrew Hetz. I have never played Andrew Hetz, not that I remember. No, I haven't. I have never played Andrew Hetz. This is the first time I'm actually going to play him. He's a longtime follower, and he's very opinionated, I would say that much, person. So it's kind of an interesting thing for me to play against him because I want to play against him. But not only that, he played my brother during Game 4. So now he's playing both Silvas. And for those of you who recall the name, he was my team partner at Adepticon a couple years ago in a couple of my videos. We didn't do so good as a team. Elves and Orcs really don't do good teams. So it's going to be a very interesting game. We're going to go over that in the next video. I'm looking forward to it. Alright guys, hope you guys enjoy, and until next time, take care and peace.